welcome to Change Bible Study. In the life of Joab, we've seen over and over again the creation of a pattern of self-promotion where he's trying to always get ahead, always looking out for number one. And it doesn't even end in the end of David's reign. As David is nearing the sunset of life and of his reign, it becomes clear that a new king is on the scene. And so now Adonijah, one of the sons of David, begins to make plans to become his successor. And Joab decides to align himself with Adonijah. Knowing that there's scheming going on, David and Nathan and even his wife begin to then determine that they need to establish the successor, and they choose God's chosen, Solomon. Solomon now is crowned, and at the same time Adonijah is contending for the throne, and Joab has aligned himself with him. And as things continue to unfold, eventually there in 1 Kings 1, Solomon reigns supreme, and he is indeed king. And he even shows grace to his challenger, Adonijah. But Joab refuses to give in, to back down. And so he's put himself into this corner, and seeing that he's sided with the losing side, he knows that his life is on the line. He runs, he flees, and he goes to the sanctuary. And it is customary that if someone is to flee to the sanctuary, and if they want asylum, if they want mercy from being murdered or having to pay for their transgression, particularly unintended murder, unknowingly killing someone, they could grab on the horns of the altar and they would be redeemed, or they'd be saved. But when Joab runs into the sanctuary and grabs the horns, the act is meaningless, because it was not a matter of him sinning without knowing. He sinned full well knowing that he was going against God's chosen in Solomon. And as a result, Joab finally dies that day. Friends, when we look at the life of Joab and we see this last stand of his, we see here a pattern of self-preservation. Even to the very end, he refuses to acknowledge his wrong in siding with Adonijah. And to preserve himself, by doing it, he even condemns himself. This is why, as Christians, we are looking outward and even upward for our help, realizing that when we look in and when we become so isolated and selfish, there is no hope. And that is what leads to depressive thoughts and even thoughts of ending it all. And I want to encourage us to, day by day, just like the plants and trees look towards the sun, just like creatures live and congregate by living waters, turn to the life-giving power of Jesus. Turn towards someone, the Bible even says, that's higher than I, because it's there that I find someone that's able to bring me up to that higher ground. So until next time, be encouraged. Look up and remember that hope is perfected in hopeless situations. Until next time, remember that change